What's up, guys? Drew here. Welcome back to Starting Out Solitary. This is week 212, and we are discussing judgment within the community. So basically the idea is that there are times, even in our community, actually a lot in our community, where individuals look down on each other. You know, the whole fluffy bunny thing and, you're not a traditional, you can already tell I kind of have disdain. I don't like it. I'm not into it at all. So I personally feel like this is why I consider myself to be eclectic as well. I feel like each of us is an individual. Each of us has our own mindset, our own emotions, our own life experiences, our own health and mental health issues or not, our own physical aches and pains, just scars and shadows and the whole nine. And we also have our own energy. And our energy is unique to us. This energy interacts differently. I always tell people to experiment when it comes to, for instance, herbs and crystals, because they may have a sort of generalized property. They'll have tons, really. But the way that my individual energy works with the energy of that herb or that crystal may be very different than somebody else. So all of these things, to me, say that it's really hard for somebody else to tell me how to live my life, how to think, feel, be, and how to work my craft or walk my spiritual path. Of course, they will try. They will try, and that's all right. It's fine. I admit, when I see this go on, it really gets on my nerves. If I am subscribed to a YouTuber who does this, not just once, they have to do it several times. And they stand in judgment of others. And I mean, they're telling you how to practice. I don't think it's right that people do this sort of thing in their practice. I mean, it's okay to have that opinion, but I have seen people get really nasty and be name-cally and just rude. And it's kind of like bullying, really. It's rude. It doesn't feel good. It isn't nice. It isn't helpful. It's not productive in any way. It's not constructive criticism, the kind that I'm talking about. I will unsubscribe to people who do that. I don't have time for it. I don't want to listen to you tear other people down. Why? Especially when it comes to their personal, spiritual, or magical practice. That drives me insane. So it really makes me angry. It makes me angry when it's directed at me. It makes me angry when it's directed at other people. Now, I am on a path of self-mastery. I have not reached it. I kind of doubt I will in this lifetime. It's hard unless you want to go live on a mountain or, in the middle of nowhere in the desert or something, just not interact with other people. It's really hard to get out of ego and just... So I'm doing my best. But having said that, self-mastery is about the mastery of self. It's about me. And so I try very hard when I see this going on in the community. After I get angry, I try very hard to come to a place of compassion. They are where they're at on their path. They are where they're at in their shadow work and in their ego and whatever. That's for them. Their opinion, honestly, doesn't mean much to me. Really. What does it matter? And when I get angry and I react that way, I am letting their garbage onto me. I am giving them my power. I do not like it. I don't like it at all. So objectively, I feel like it is wrong for people to stand in judgment of one another for their spiritual path. Although it is something that I am occasionally guilty of myself. I think that we are all flawed. We are all frail humans, and we take things personally that don't need to be taken personally. And some people, I think, take up this banner maybe to feel important, to feel better than other people. But I think that most people are probably just flawed, really. And it's easier to pick apart what you think are flaws in others than to look at your own. So I wish that we could all get along better and just hold hands and be happy little pagans, dance around the meadow. But we're all human beings, and that's not what's going to happen. There's going to be backbiting. There's going to be judgment. There's going to be ugliness in any community. And if you want to open yourself up to community, you have to expect that. But we can take steps to protect ourselves. As I said, if I see that someone is regularly doing that kind of thing and they have a YouTube channel or a blog or anything like that, I will not interact with that anymore. I won't support it. And that's not to be nasty or ugly to that person. It's just, I don't want that in my space. I don't need that in my environment. So really, for me personally, I feel like if we could all just have a little bit more compassion and understanding, we could get along better and be less judgmental of one another. So I have to try to sit in that space too. I have to try to be that understanding, compassionate person that I want to see reflected back at me, rather than getting caught up in all the BS. Basically, that's my opinion on this whole controversial side, this judgy, uncomfortable part of the pagan community. I don't want to take part, but I will sit back and do my best to feed love and compassion into it. We also have to take into account, I think, that we can't fully understand another person and their path. We might think we can, but for instance, how many people have had loved ones die? This is totally off topic, but when my brother passed away, one of my friends came to me and she was devastated for me. And she was just heartbroken because she loves her brother so much. This is when we were teenagers. And I was just like, I don't have the same relationship with my brother that you did. Like, his death doesn't affect me the way that you're going on right now. Like, it's cool. Like, back off. You don't understand my feelings. So this can also be applied to people on their spiritual paths. Like, they may be coming at someone thinking they understand, but really have no concept, really don't understand this person, their life, or their path. So there are times probably when there's just a misunderstanding and an ignorance that's being expressed. I also have to take it upon myself to try to feel more secure in my path. And actually, honestly, I pretty much do. Most of the time I get really angry about this kind of thing. It's for other people, because I feel like I'm trying to empower other people and here you are tearing them down. I don't know. It really gets on my nerves. But I'm working on it. I can only clean up my area. So I'm just going to keep trying to clean my energy, my thoughts, my reactions, the way that I handle these types of situations. And hopefully I can at least keep my sanity, because I can't control anybody else anyway. All right, guys, that's my feelings on the topic. I would just keep rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and stop now. Thanks for watching. And until next time, much love and gratitude.